If your GPU is sitting at 40, 50, or 60% usage while your FPS keeps dropping, your graphics card may not be the real problem. Your CPU could be holding it back, Windows may be using the wrong GPU, or background apps and power settings could be interrupting performance. So, in this video, we're going to check every major cause of low GPU usage and find out what is actually limiting your system. So first, click the Windows icon, search for Edit Group Policy, and open it. If you're using Windows Home and this option doesn't appear, skip this step and move to the next one. Go to Computer Configuration, then Administrative Templates, System, Power Management, and open Power Throttling Settings. Double-click Turn off Power Throttling, set it to Enabled, then click Apply and OK. The wording is a little confusing, but enabling this policy tells Windows not to apply its normal power throttling behavior. It mainly affects background activity, so it isn't a guaranteed FPS fix, but it may help if a game launcher, anti-cheat service, recording process, or another supporting application is being unnecessarily restricted. But Windows Power Management is only one possible cause. Next, we need to make sure Windows is assigning the correct GPU to your game. Click the Windows icon, open Settings, go to System, Display, and then Graphics, select Desktop App, click Browse, and choose the main.exe file for your game. If you don't know where the game is installed, open its launcher. In Steam, right-click the game, go to Manage and select Browse Local Files. Once the game appears in the graphics list, click it, open Options, select High Performance, and click Save. Windows should show the name of your dedicated Nvidia or AMD graphics card under the High Performance option. This is especially important on gaming laptops with both integrated and dedicated graphics. If Windows launches the game on integrated graphics, performance can be much lower while the dedicated GPU shows very little usage. Now we need to check the Windows power plan, because low GPU usage can also happen when the CPU isn't boosting correctly. Click the Windows icon, search for Choose a Power Plan and open it. Select High Performance. If it isn't visible, click Show Additional Plans and select it from there. Laptop users should connect the charger before using this plan, because battery mode can still limit CPU and GPU performance. Click Change Plan Settings next to High Performance. Then open Change Advanced Power Settings, expand Processor Power Management, and make sure Maximum Processor State is set to 100% while plugged in. Leave Minimum Processor State at its default value. Setting it to 100% on every system can increase temperatures and may make CPU throttling worse. Now expand PCI Express, then Link State Power Management, and set the plugged-in option to off. Click Apply and OK. This prevents Windows from using deeper power-saving states for the PCI Express connection while gaming. It won't fix every low GPU usage issue, but it removes one possible power-saving limitation. At this point, we've checked Windows Power Management and the game's GPU preference. But the Nvidia driver can still reduce GPU clocks when it believes full performance isn't required. Click the Windows icon, search for Nvidia app, and open it. If you don't have it installed, download it from Nvidia's official website. I'll leave the official download link in the description. Inside Nvidia app, go to Graphics and open Global Settings. Find Power Management mode and set it to Prefer Maximum Performance. This tells the Nvidia driver to maintain a higher performance state while supported 3D applications are running. It may help if your GPU clocks are dropping too aggressively, but it can also increase power consumption and temperatures. Next, find shader cache size and set it to driver default. You can also test unlimited if you have plenty of free storage, but driver default is the safest starting point. Don't disable the shader cache. It stores compiled shader data so games don't need to rebuild the same effects repeatedly, which can help reduce shader compilation stutters. Now find texture, filtering, quality, and set it to high performance. This slightly favors performance over texture filtering quality. The FPS difference is usually small, so if textures look noticeably worse, change it back to quality. And before blaming the hardware, there are 3 Windows gaming options we still need to check. Click the Windows icon, open Settings, go to Gaming, then Game Mode, and make sure Game Mode is turned on. Game mode helps Windows prioritize the active game and reduce some background interruptions. It doesn't force the GPU to 100%, but it can create a cleaner gaming environment. Now go to System, Display, Graphics, and open Advanced Graphics Settings. Depending on your Windows version, this page may also be called Default Graphics Settings. Turn on Hardware Accelerated GPU Scheduling if your system supports it. Hacks can reduce some CPU scheduling overhead, but it performs differently across systems. Test the same game with it enabled and disabled, then keep whichever option gives you better FPS and frame time consistency. On the same page, turn on optimizations for windowed games. This can improve frame presentation and latency in supported games running in borderless or windowed mode. Before restarting the PC, we need to check which applications are using your hardware in the background. Right-click the taskbar and open Task Manager. Go to Processes and click the GPU column to sort applications by GPU usage. If the GPU column isn't visible, right-click the column headings and enable GPU. Look for applications such as Chrome, Microsoft Edge, Discord, Wallpaper Engine, OBS, RGB software, game launchers, recording programs, or animated desktop tools. Only close applications you recognize and don't need while gaming. Right-click the application and select End Task. Don't close random Windows processes. Background apps and overlays can use GPU resources, VRAM, CPU power, and additional frame time. This matters even more on systems with limited RAM or VRAM. So, if GPU usage is low but your FPS is locked to your target and the game feels smooth, there may be nothing to fix. But if GPU usage drops at the same moment as your FPS and frame times get worse, these steps should help you find the real cause. If this guide helped you, hit like and subscribe for more tested PC optimization guides.